Okay, so here you're getting a little something different. I'm just going to step away from the MC707 for a second. What you're hearing right now, this drone, we're going to let the MC707 drone on in the background at a low volume. One of my pet peeves is watching tutorials and videos where the volume of the background music is so obnoxiously loud that you can't hear anything. So I'd rather it just be a almost imperceptible in the background, and then we can come back to it later on. But I'm gonna just put it right there, like a mosquito buzzing. Anyway, so today what I wanted to do was discuss some of these bad boys, right? We got some batteries. Oh, and like I was saying, the MC707 has taken a step back. This is the same tray, lap tray, that anyone would use for studying in their bed, or in some cases eating a lunch in their lounge position, right? So it's just a whole bunch of behind the scenes footage here. We have the 3M locked the tape, the not Loctite, but anyway, it's basically the industrial grade Velcro that 3M makes, right? And some of these batteries, like this one, have it on it. So does the lemon drop. So this is what basically my MC707 is sitting on. It's gripped on there. So if it takes a spill, nothing comes off. And between that and the deck saver, we're pretty much golden. We're golden, guys. So what we have here today is a look at some of the batteries that I use for my battery powered setups. Now, I will say this, is that from my experience as an American going to the continent, the USB batteries are not up to snuff. The backup power supplies, it seems as though there's a big gap in engineering of energy storage devices from the Western world to the continent. So it was a big frustration. So on my first trip to the continent, I learned that I don't know whether they're building the USB batteries and the uninterruptible power supplies, the UPSs, in Africa, or if they are being sent from China. I don't know. What I do know is that they are at least 20 years behind of the technology that's available for the American consumer in the United States. So with that said, and you listen, the things that I bought to supply power, whether it's a UPS or USB battery bank, these things failed. Like within days or weeks, they just failed. And I can't have that. Not with load shedding. You got to be steady. So here are some Chinese products right here. These two are made by the same company. Both of them are 65 watt. This one is 20,000 milliamp hours. This one is 30,000 milliamp hours. And now, the thing about these is that they, move this down a little bit. So the thing about these is that they are very good. They give you a lot of options. Basically, there's no caveat to this bad boy. So this guy, you got the orange are basically the output. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. The orange are basically outputs, and the uncolored options are inputs, I believe. Oh no, I'm sorry. My apologies. These are both outputs. Anyway, there's a lot of variety. I don't want to get into the specifics, but look at all these connections. You can USB-C, USB-B, USB-A, all over the place you can do with this bad boy. Another example, this one's got a little bit stripped down I/O system to it, but USB-B, C, A, and A. And, you know, these things are 20,000 and 30,000 watt hours, and they can power most of your Dawless setup. They can recharge. They're meant to recharge even laptops, especially those. Well, they're meant to recharge laptops with USB-C connections. I have yet to run into a USB battery bank that's able to charge a old school barrel connector type laptop that I have. I have a computer that uses a barrel connection. So maybe one day I'll, step my game up and go all Apple or something. But I don't know. I may want to keep my soul a little longer. Nevertheless, these bad boys go for about $50 and $80. But I've seen them on sale, and they get, the thing about these prices, these sales for Amazon is they can get cut in half. But I don't want this video to be too long. I want to go to the star of the show, other than the lemon drop. Star of the show is this small rig, man. These V mounts. This is 50 watt hours, so less than both of these in terms of watt hours. But what this has is DTAP. Now, this is a very interesting battery because it does also give you the barrel connectors as well as the USB-C and USB-A, which is not common for V-mount batteries. And those of you that don't know, V-mount batteries comes from this name. They are used in the film industry a lot of the time, or on location recording on the back of the large cameras and the audio equipment and the lights in there and stuff like that, and flash photography and the like. So audio visual world, field recording and stuff like that, they use these. But they don't usually have screens. This one has a screen. This is a special edition, I guess, a newer. You can charge it via the USB-C. Typically, you could only charge these via the dedicated barrel connectors. However, these were on sale. And I had to take advantage of it because you didn't have to buy any additional chargers. You could just use your USB-C charger that anybody has, especially if you have a modern tech device. You can easily find a USB-C charger and go straight into it. However, a traditional V-mount battery or a gold mount battery, which is another variety of this, it just has a different connector here. You would have to get like an old school charging bank, and you sit this bad boy in there and it'll charge. Nevertheless, so that's not even pricey. But I wanted to discuss this because whereas these may or may not power all devices, in the sense that USB-C is limited in the amount of volts or amps that it can output. Well, let's take a look. Let me see. What does this say? This says like 5 volts on these, right? Whereas these go up to about, let's check it out. Yeah, they go up to almost like 20 volts. So my point being is that these V-mount batteries are able to charge devices that require a larger energy pull on them, a larger energy drain on them. And from my test on this V-mount battery, this will last my MC707, my Lemon Drop, and my Yamaha AG06 and my Rode microphone here. It'll last about 5 hours, and it takes about an hour and a half to charge. So in a load shedding context, you're able to charge this via USB-C over an hour and a half, fully to 100, and get an additional 5 hours, rinse and repeat, which fits nicely in between a load shedding session, especially when you have 2. Okay, you could pretty much be producing for the entire day and be in the safe, be in the clear zone of making music, making content, editing videos, and the like. So, hopefully, we can bring this to the Dawless community abroad to the continent eventually. Right now, it's a little bit pricey to import them into the country, but we'll figure something out. Where there's a will, there's a way. We create a large enough audience, a desire, a demand, and we can get this thing done, There's no reason we shouldn't be able to build these on the continent directly. And nevertheless, moving on, yeah. The USB-C batteries, as long as you're not doing anything that requires a lot of energy pull, you use these on your phones, you use these maybe on your laptops if you need to go that direction. We're going away from laptops, by the way. Yeah, we got to move away from laptops for everything. That's way too, in my opinion, it's way too much demand or reliance on laptops for everything: entertainment, education, work, It's a little bit much, and it doesn't really make for good content. Video editors and music engineers should pretty much be the only people that are in front of a laptop in terms of a content creation environment. Everyone else should be out and about. Everyone else should be making dance videos and DIY content and reporting the news in their neighborhood and going out and pressing the palms and doing the podcast and creating content for YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and everything like that. So that's what this whole movement is about. Energy efficiency and the community that it brings together, so that it can be sustainable for youth employment. Because like I said before, and I'll say it again, can't control the industry, large scale industries. You can't control load shedding. Not yet. There are people working on it. But while we wait on these advances, we can go ahead and use the technology that's available now and take advantage of the fact that, Africa is the youngest continent. We know that all the trendy stuff comes from the youth, and guess where the youth are? I'll give you 3 guesses, right? So that's it. That's all I got today. I just wanted to show you guys these. These, of course, are emblazoned with small rig on it, but I don't know where these are from. It's a Besu or USB batteries and Amazon typically have a high. They go in and out of style really quick, so I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't even make sense for me to tell you the company, because I don't know whether they've white labeled these things and companies come and go in USB batteries, but it used to be Anchor, it used to be this, that, and the next, and every couple months it seems that the companies change hands as far as who's the top seller. So it doesn't matter as far as the American market. But my gosh, guys, we really have to improve the quality of the goods coming into the continent. What I experienced, even in the upper end malls, even in Mall of Africa, was really, sorry to say, atrocious. The technology that I'm used to was not there. And even if it was, the prices were ridiculous. So we got to get in front of that. Okay, guys? Other than that, I'll send you off with a little bit of drone and away.